Rome is brimming with legends and myths, religion and superstition, and that rich history comes alive in the museums with treasures from around the world.
Is he real?
Yes, of course, it's a real mummy.
Oh yeah, that one's on camera.
And the many, many churches that dot the streets here, some small and unique,
And in the bone church, they put together a skeleton of people.
and some massive and famous.
I just saw the Pope and he was just like right 2 feet away from me.
Join us as we explore all the history of Rome and Vatican City, plus discover the garden paradise that Romans retreat to when the crowds get to be too much in
Travel with Kids, Italy!
I'm Nathan. And I'm Seamus.
And we're Mom and Dad.
We're traveling around the world discovering amazing countries, new cultures, and really wild experiences together.
Come along with us as we learn all about our planet and about being together as a family.
As we discover the wonders of the world, the wonders of nature, and sometimes wonder, what were we thinking? In Travel with Kids. With Vatican City at its heart, Rome is a center for the Catholic religion, and it shows in the multitude of churches here. In addition to major monuments like the Colosseum and Circus Maximus, the Roman emperors, upon converting to Christianity, built churches.
You don't have to be Christian to appreciate the churches in Rome. The architecture and artworks are reason enough to visit. They are each like a mini museum. Even smaller, less well-known ones are worth a peek inside. But if you do plan to visit, be sure to dress conservatively. For all you traveling moms out there, it's a good idea to carry a scarf or something. A lot of the churches don't like tank tops, so you can just cover up to go in and see the sights, and when you're done, you have your cool tank top back. Dress codes include covered upper arms and long pants or skirts. They don't usually bother kids, but zip-off pant legs are a good idea to be on the safe side. Armed with scarves and pant legs, we head out from our apartment and wander the cobblestone streets, and sure enough, we come immediately upon a church.
The first church we visit reinforces the theory of churches being a work of art, especially here in Rome. Elaborately carved pillars lead to soaring ceilings with painted murals.
Look at the painting that goes right there. How'd someone paint that?
And statues that could easily be in the Louvre in Paris,
A Michelangelo statue.
that guard over tombs.
That's St. Luigi's grave.
But while the churches are amazing,
It's gold.
kids are kids, and they get easily tired after seeing church after church. So it's a good idea to mix in some other attractions along the way, which is easy in Rome, where there are monuments. That's the Pantheon.
So big.
Up on the ceiling.
This is the largest cement dome in the whole world. In there is the first king of Italy.
Statues.
That obelisk was made in the 6th century, 600 years before Christ.
And fountains, which are a great place to cool off from the day.
This is the Trevi Fountain. Supposed to be King Neptune, the god of sea, in a chariot pulled by 2 seahorses. One is calm and one is brutally fierce. If you throw a coin in, it ensures that you'll go back to Rome. Thanks!
You gotta throw a coin in the Trevi Fountain, it ensures we'll come back someday.
Many sites like this are packed during the day. Try to come early in the morning or later in the evening. After a quick stop for lunch, Rome has lots of great pizza takeaway restaurants.
Oh, look at the big pepperoni.
It's cheap and local, and you can take it and eat it at the base of one of the amazing monuments. It's back to churches. But even with the promise of unique churches in our near future, the kids aren't having any more of it. There's 5 churches you haven't seen. There's a church right there, there's a church right there.
How many more churches?
2,000.
We're going on strike. strike 2, we get 5 scoops of gelato. Strike, you're not allowed to film.
Well, I guess if we're going to want to see the rest of Rome, we're going to have to give in on this one. Okay, 5 scoops.
We are controlled by Master Gelato. Master Gelato.
And a last-minute extra demand.
Whipped cream! I'm throwing down the spoon. This is the contest. Who can eat 5 scoops of gelato? I can! Broccoli! Vegetables! Spinach! Hey, no! Hey! I don't know if I belong. But I will. Well, I'm done.
All done. Okay, let go. Seriously.
And with the strike over, we're on our way to the next church. But this is no ordinary church. There are 3,700 monks buried in the Crypta dei Cappuccini, which is actually decorated with their bones.
So, a cemetery for monks. 3,700 monks are buried over here in these unusual cemeteries.
So they're saying they used to be like us, and we will eventually be like them.
It's the only official cemetery within the city walls. You enter through a small door and head down a dark corridor decorated with the bones arranged in all different shapes. It's amazing to see, but if you have a squeamish kid, it can be a bit frightening.
Ew, bones and skeletons are just like sitting there. See the first guy? Look at the second guy.
So there was this one skeleton in there, and he was laying down like this, and he's just like, it was kind of creepy and creepy.
And you do have to remind them that this is a cemetery, not just an exhibit, and to show respect.
It's something unusual to see.
Today we're heading out to see another church, but this is no ordinary church. We actually have to cross into another country to see it.
The Vatican Museum holds treasures from all over the world, collected throughout the Roman Empire, as well as through the Vatican's diplomatic relations. The museums are huge. Be sure to get there early as the lines get long, fast. It's also a good idea to hire a guide to point out all the interesting spots to the kids. Guiding us today is Salvatore from Walks Inside Rome, who has itineraries specially suited to families and can get us past the long lines and crowds.
Sal whisks us through the museums straight to the museum's most famous room, the Sistine Chapel. He says it gets crowded really fast, so it's best to get there first and then make your way back through the museum. The kids are amazed by the three-dimensional look of the paintings.
Yeah, it's flat, but it looks like it's on a canvas.
Look at the guys up there, like sitting and hanging on the poles.
They totally look 3D, but they're not, they're flat.
And Sal instantly engages the kids by asking them to find the people in the paintings.
Let's see, where is Adam up there? Can you see? Let's see. Look at these 9 panels in the center. This is the Genesis itself. Tell me where you see our friend Adam.
At the same time, explaining all about it.
God instilling, without touching Adam's finger, intellectual life and spiritual life.
And how Michelangelo painted it.
And you know that when he worked up there, you know that he was not standing up because there was not enough space between, the platform and the ceiling. So you know what he decided to do? He lay down.
The kids get a look from Michelangelo's view, but quickly before the guards ask them to get up. And then Sal tells them the story of how the chapel is used in modern day.
Right on this section, they are sitting over here. The cardinals are sitting where you are sitting. They write down on election paper they want to have as the new pope.
And when the Pope is decided, they burn the special paper to tell the people waiting in St. Peter's Square.
If you see the white smoke, the new pope has been elected. If you see black smoke, it's better that you go home and have a plate of spaghetti because the pope hasn't been elected yet.
Back in the museum, we wander through a huge collection of centuries-old art. That includes treasures from all over the world.
This is the Egyptian coffin. Look at the mummy over here.
Is he real?
Yes, of course, it's a real mummy.
How come that, like, his face and his feet aren't bones yet?
Keeps them like that forever.
Weird how it's, like, still a regular person with its hair and its fingernails.
And Sal gives them short history lessons that go along with each object.
Do you know the story? Wooden horse, when the Greek destroyed the Troy, to make out of wood a big horse. We put the soldiers in the horse's stomach. They carried the wooden horse inside the wall, and Troy was destroyed.
Although the museum's history is fascinating, it can get overwhelming for kids. Nathan, you want to take a bath?
They're selling it?
No, they're not selling. This is a catalog number.
To keep them going, we came up with an animal spotting game. For every animal we list that they can find in the art and sculptures, they get a point.
Wild boar and an elephant.
Elephant! Over here?
A scorpion?
Okay, let's see. Very good.
That's a real bobcat right there. And a rat. Oh, there.
That's his bathtub.
To get from the museums to St. Peter's Basilica next door, Sal takes us down through the catacombs where the popes are buried.
I see.
Entering from below the church makes for a dramatic reveal. The massive dome soars over 400 feet above us. That's the size of a 40-story building. It's hard to grasp the scale with everything being so big until Sal gives us a basis of comparison for the height.
You know the letters that you see up there? You know how tall they are, each letter?
No, wait. 10 feet.
7 feet, bravo!
Wow, each letter is taller than a person.
Up on these windows, can you see above the windows there are people, going around, walking around?
People walking up above us.
You know how many steps to get to the very, very top? Come on.
550.
You're right. 550 steps to get to the top,
Wow, each letter that you see up there is taller than a person.
2 American football fields. You join them together, they make almost the total length of this place over here. But now you understand the reason why 60,000 people can easily feed inside this place.
Which is more than Yankee Stadium. The kids think the architecture's pretty cool
Look, a beam of light.
and are even impressed with the historical significance.
The spot where Peter was crucified upon request, upside down, but 40 feet below us.
Crucified upside down because he
Because
said
he
that he
didn't wanna-
wasn't worthy to be crucified like he
As
was.
Christ.
As
Yeah,
Christ was.
he didn't want to really be crucified as Christ. So the only idea that he came across was, crucify me upside down. Below the Pope's tombs, we have another floor, which is the necropolis of the Vatican, where we have Peter's tomb still today.
Outside the Basilica is St. Peter's Square, where the Pope sometimes gives public audiences. You can contact the Vatican's Public Affairs Office or just ask folks on the street if the Pope is speaking today. You may need to check well ahead of time before your trip if you want to actually reserve tickets for the events. We're lucky enough to be here on the day that the Pope is saying Mass.
Right there, right now.
So we pass through security, which is handled by the Swiss guards.
Guards coming?
Are those real deadly
pitchfork, so
Yep.
it doesn't look like they're that good at fighting and stuff because they're in the funny outfits and all they have is a sword. But once they need to do something, they can just pull out the sword and they can totally be like a ninja.
These guys have been providing Vatican City security for years. Remember, it can get really hot here in the summer with long wait times, especially if you get here early to get good seats. A sun umbrella is a good idea and lots of water. The kids find a fountain to cool off in.
We're lucky enough to get second row seats.
Is this Pope music?
I'm coming down this and I'm going to go right by here, guys. I'm going to get a good view.
Here he comes.
No, the confidence they can't even bless you.
Apparently, Seamus thought the Pope threw candy to everyone as he went by. Sorry, Seamus, no candy, but we do get a blessing.
I just saw the Pope, and he was just like right 2 feet away from me. He put his hand over me and blessed me.
Did he? I didn't see. I was taking pictures.
We spend our last evening in the city eating like a Roman. A small pizza joint tucked into a cobbled alley not far from our Piazza Navona. This place fills up fast. If you don't want to wait in a long line, try to get here before 5 p.m. And they specialize in pizzas, of course.
That's how they keep putting a bunch of red sauce. This they take 1 scoop and smear it.
I wish I could eat all that cheese.
And they have other menu items as well.
Ice cream for dinner.
Well, for my dinner.
Well, since we're in Rome, we're doing what the Romans do. When the summer temperatures get too hot, they head to the Amalfi Coast. So we head to the train station.
Then put in the zipper part.
Yeah, try the zipper.
We're looking for train 90505.
Get out the Eurail pass and board the train.
Make sure you got the stamp. Oh, that's bum bum.
If you are using a Eurail pass, make sure you fill in the date and get a stamp at the departure station the first time you use it. Otherwise, you could get a huge fine and be asked to get off the train, which would be no fun with kids. You need to buy your Eurail pass before you leave your home country. We got our Eurail pass through raileurope.com.
So Seamus, this is a proven fact that when you leave Rome, Rome is leaving you. You're not the train it's an illusion.
I get to Rome where I want to. Bye, Rome.
To get to the town of Positano on the Amalfi Coast, we have to connect several forms of transport. First, a train from Rome to Naples, which flies by as the kids read a book about Italy.
St. Peter's Chapel is the largest church in the world and the smallest country.
It's always a good idea to bring books about the destination you're visiting. The Italy Discovery Journal is packed with fun kids' activities and interesting information on Italy. We ordered it online from Italy Perfect. Once in Naples, we need to find the connecting train to Sorrento.
Long travel day. We're taking a train to another train to a bus and then walking a lot with our bags. But it's all in the fun adventure of travel, right?
Oh, please.
You never know how long a travel day in Mediterranean Europe is going to be.
It's delayed! It's delayed!
So it's a good idea to pack snacks and a good attitude.
Where is it? Oh my God.
When in Rome.
When are we in Rome?
That's right, Seamus.
You're a good parent.
It says it's a direct, so. But then it also says via Pompeii, so I don't know what that means.
The journey from Naples to Sorrento takes us directly past Pompeii, which makes an excellent side trip if you have time. Discovered in 1749, Pompeii was buried by Mount Vesuvius in AD 79. It was a lost city for 1,700 years before being discovered, and is now one of the most popular attractions in all of Italy. The train leaves us in Sorrento, where we find a bus heading to Positano.
Positano, Amalfi.
This is a long but authentic travel day. The bus ride along the windy road, which clings to the side of soaring cliffs, skirting wide blue bays, can make even the strongest of stomachs turn. If your child or you is prone to car sickness, you might want to have a Dramamine before this ride. And we finally arrive in town.
But our journey doesn't end there. The towns along the Amalfi Coast cling to the sides of tall cliffs, and besides the main road, it's mostly pedestrian walkways, which means a hike up almost 100 steps to our villa. But the journey is definitely worth it. We found Moresco at Parker Villas, and the views over the sea are exquisite. There's plenty of room for the whole family and a spacious patio, the perfect spot for lunch.
We stocked up with groceries from the local markets, and the gardens around here offer plenty of additions.
Apricots right off the tree. Eggplants and apricots and lemons and figs and everything. And there's a gecko. I want to get one. Oh my gosh, this is ginormous. Whoa, look at this one. If you think that's big, look at this big. Oh my gosh.
So we fix up some sandwiches, relax, and enjoy the rest of our day.
Today we're headed down into the town of Positano to find out why it's so popular with Italians and tourists alike. We pack a beach bag and stroll through the narrow cobbled streets overhung with gorgeous pink bougainvillea and lined with quaint boutiques selling stylish clothes, crafts, candles,
Everything's lemon. Except that's orange.
and of course limoncello, the lemon liqueur for which this area is famous. Positano in the Amalfi Coast is so stunning, it was made an UNESCO World Heritage Site for its culture and landscape. The beach here is jammed with umbrellas and beach chairs, definitely not for you if you are a deserted beaches type of traveler. But it does make for a fun day trip for the kids. If you take the coast path over the hill to the north of Positano, you'll find a slightly less crowded beach, where you can rent chairs and umbrellas, paddle boats and kayaks. The kids have fun playing in the waves
That was awesome!
and jumping off the dock.
Woo! That was cool.
While we relax and watch life float by, yachts, ferries heading out to the famous island of Capri. the afternoon fades away, the kids get invited to join a pickup game of soccer. I mean football. But this is Italian football, and it comes loaded with tempers.
The ball would go out of bounds, or whenever the ball stopped or someone fell, it was just arguing and couldn't stop it.
And as the sun turns the whitewashed buildings a paler shade of orange, I can see why the Romans are so drawn to this getaway. And I think about all the family fun we had in Rome, discovering churches and the treasures of the Vatican Museum, finding Rome's best pizza, and just how much gelato is too much. And I look forward to a few more days of fun in the sun on the Amalfi Coast.
Thanks for joining us on Travel with Kids. For more information on the series or other family-friendly destinations, visit us at travelwithkids.tv.